We all know Athena was the goddess of wisdom, of courage, of inspiration, and strategy. The Athena Award recognizes outstanding Philhellenes who have played a pivotal role in promoting and strengthening the relationship between Greece and the United States. To make a 5-minute introduction of Ambassador Pyatt and let the audience know about Ambassador Pyatt, who is his very dear friend, our man in Washington, one of my favorite guys, Mike Manatos.
Now, a lot of important people have been recognized in the room, except the guy behind the microphone. Let's give a round of applause to this guy, Demetrius Boutros. Thank you, Demetrius. So I want to begin by congratulating the American Hellenic Council and our good friends on the board, including President Jim Dimitriou, past presidents Mike Galanakis and Minas Kafatos, vice presidents Polychronis, Saris, and Warren, Treasurer Mizan, board members Governor Dukakis, Consul General Kyprianidis, Dino, Constantine, Demetrios, Peter, so many friends, thank you for all that you do. And congratulations on another successful gala, your 45th annual, which in and of itself is truly remarkable. But congratulations and thank you for all that you do for Hellenic and Orthodox issues that we all hold so dear. The American Hellenic Council gets it. You get what it takes to develop relationships with key policymakers and to keep them engaged. And we on the front lines in Washington, D.C. owe you a great deal of gratitude. It's the reason I've flown out here for 9 years in a row to be with you on this evening, to thank you and show you solidarity. So thank you so much for all that you do. Congratulations also to our other honorees this evening, Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard and Sharon Gerstle, and to last year's honoree, who I was so thrilled to introduce, Kelly Vlahakis-Hanks. And congratulations to your new executive director, Christiana Contu. Believe it or not, Christiana. Believe it or not, on this night last year, Christiana had arrived from Greece and LA by days, and I said, why don't you come with me as my guest to the American Hellenic Council? Some amazing people, learn what they do. Little did I know that 1 year later she would be running the event, but knowing what I know of Christiana and her mom for decades, that really doesn't surprise me. So thank you and congratulations, Christiana. I'm proud to introduce tonight the recipient of the inaugural Athena Award, United States Ambassador to Greece, Jeffrey Pyatt. He's very sorry he couldn't be with us tonight, and when I was texting with him this morning, he was particularly sorry because, ironically, beautiful Athens was 55 degrees, and he saw and longed for 78 and sunny skies in California, so he's really disappointed he was missing that. But we want to commend you for honoring Ambassador Pyatt. In the 84 years that the Manatos family has been working in and with the federal government, we've seen and worked with 27 U.S. ambassadors to Greece. Now, they include some of the most respected and well-accomplished people in our country, names like Nick Burns, Tom Miller, Charlie Reese, and Dan Smith, to name a few, and even one of our own, Greek-American Michael Sotiros. But I'm here to tell you that from what we've seen, Jeff Pyatt has truly been one of the best. He's a career member of the Senior Foreign Service and has represented the United States all around the world, from Pakistan to India, Hong Kong to Honduras, Austria to Ukraine, as well as in the White House and the State Department. Now, while he may not be Greek, he is one of your own. He's a proud, lifelong Californian. He was born in La Jolla, and his parents still live there to this day. He graduated from the University of California, Irvine, and both of his children currently live in Los Angeles. Immediately prior to his arrival in Athens, he served as U.S. ambassador to Ukraine at a time when much of the world was focused on the crisis in that country. He received great praise for his service at this crucial time, receiving the State Department's Robert Fraser Memorial Award in recognition of his commitment to peace and the alleviation of human suffering in eastern Ukraine. And in September of 2016, he began service as U.S. Ambassador to Greece. Now, it was at a time when U.S.-Greece relations were at an all-time high. Many ambassadors, especially those coming off such a challenging post as Ukraine, would have been focused on simply maintaining the historic level of relations and enjoying beautiful Greece, not Jeff. Instead, he used this solid foundation to take U.S.-Greece relations to an even higher level. He has kept the U.S. government consistently focused on the importance of Greece to U.S. regional strategy and on the need to deepen the U.S.-Greece bilateral relationship. Some of the remarkable events that have taken place during his service, which have his fingerprints all over them, include, in October of 2017, the visit of the Prime Minister of Greece to Washington, D.C., and his meeting with the President of the United States. A year later, September of 2018, the United States was the honored country at the Thessaloniki International Fair, where Ambassador Pyatt secured remarkable U.S. representation. Ambassador Pyatt likes to tell the story that before coming to Athens, he asked to meet with the CEOs of American companies investing in Greece or those who were interested in investing in Greece. He found out that there were none. Now, after his hard work, he was able to secure for the Thessaloniki Fair what the U.S. Secretary of Commerce referred to as unprecedented showing of nearly 60 U.S. companies. In December of 2018, there was the inaugural strategic dialogue between the U.S. and Greece, led by the U.S. Secretary of State and the Greek Foreign Minister in Washington, D.C. Now, this was the culmination of 1 year of intensive engagement, and it lifted up U.S.-Greece relationship, placing it into a new, more strategic, more regular framework. And just last week, for the first time, the U.S. Secretary of State participated in the Greece-Cyprus-Israel trilateral meeting in Jerusalem. Ambassador Pyatt has branded Greece as a pillar of stability in the region. He has overseen the unprecedented increase in the U.S. use of Suda and Crete, where high-level defense visits are now commonplace. He's advocated for U.S. armed forces doing more work with Greece and has pushed to expand our U.S. Special Ops cooperation. Last December, the largest ever bilateral counterterrorism training took place in Greece. He also very deeply understands how important Orthodox Christianity is to Greek consciousness, as well as the urgent need for the religious freedom of the ecumenical patriarch. You may have seen recently the U.S. Secretary of State invited His All Holiness Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew to Washington, D.C. to speak at a conference on religious freedom. Guess who led that charge? That's right, Ambassador Pyatt. He's also very proud of the number of places that he's visited in Greece in his first 2.5 years in country and has made great efforts to get to every part of Greece. Now, uniquely, he's used his two big hobbies, skiing and cycling, as part of this effort to explore Greece. He has skied in northern Greece, central Greece, and on the Peloponnesus. And on Monday of this week, to celebrate Greek Independence Day, Ambassador Pyatt cycled from Patras to Kalavitra for the Tour of Sacrifice, a historic annual race. And thankfully, he is deeply aware of how important the Greek diaspora community is to every part of the U.S.-Greece bilateral relationship. He's attended many of the diaspora-sponsored events and is always looking to amplify the support and the work of the diaspora. So as you can see, you've selected a very worthy honoree this evening. So please join me in welcoming, by video, the recipient of the inaugural Athena Award, U.S. Ambassador to Greece, Jeffrey Pyatt.
Kalispera sas. Good evening, everybody. And thank you, Mike, for that kind introduction and all the work you do to deepen the connections between the United States and Greece and to bring our peoples closer together. As U.S. Ambassador to Greece, I'm privileged to have allies like Mike and many other leaders of the diaspora community. And I'm grateful to all of you for your support. I should also say, as a proud Californian with parents in La Jolla and 2 kids living in Los Angeles, I'm very sorry not to be with you in person, and I'm deeply honored to be receiving the American Hellenic Council's inaugural Athena Award. For almost half a century, the American Hellenic Council has been a leader in promoting Greek-American interests in the Eastern Mediterranean and in the Aegean, and it has remained at the forefront of political advocacy for the Greek-American community. I very much look forward to continuing our partnership on one of my next visits home to California. The bilateral relationship between the United States and Greece has never been stronger, and this happy state is thanks in large part to the ongoing efforts of organizations like the American Hellenic Council and the enduring ties of kinship, friendship, and partnership between our peoples and societies. As U.S. Ambassador to Greece, I've had the unique honor of traveling through Greece over the past 3 years and meeting thousands of ordinary Greek citizens. These conversations have given me a deep appreciation of the diaspora's role as the foundation of our people-to-people ties. The Greek Americans I encounter and work with on a daily basis are firmly rooted on both sides of the Atlantic, and this reinforces the overall U.S.-Greece bilateral relationship. In many ways, it's the secret ingredient of our strong and enduring alliance. The Greek-American diaspora has also made a significant contribution to addressing the devastating effects of the decade-long economic crisis, and now supporting Greece's economic recovery. Throughout the long economic crisis, the United States has strongly supported Greece's recovery, as we believe a robust economy in Greece will lead to a stronger bilateral partnership between our two nations and a greater ability to work side by side on common regional goals, strengthening Greece's role as a pillar of regional stability in a difficult part of the world. Now, after last December's first U.S.-Greece strategic dialogue in Washington, that U.S. support is taking on a more strategic and regularized format. This was reflected last week in Secretary of State Pompeo's participation in the 3+1 trilateral meeting with the prime ministers of Greece, Israel, and Cyprus in Jerusalem, and will be reaffirmed next week as Foreign Minister Katrygalos travels to Washington as we mark the 70th anniversary of our NATO alliance and has another round of senior-level meetings. But as a lifelong Californian, I'm also aware that there's much more to America than the Northeast Corridor. And in many ways, my home state reflects the very best of our country. So I'd like to congratulate the Council for organizing this event to recognize the Greek and Cypriot American honorees who have made important contributions in their fields, including business, philanthropy, entertainment, and public service. Whether it's through your support to business or your philanthropic efforts, your work sustains the bilateral relationship through all its challenges and celebrates our triumphs. And in so doing, it strengthens the rich and textured relationship between the United States and Greece. In closing, I want to stress how grateful I am for this recognition. As a temporary resident of Athena City, I am inspired every day by her wisdom and skill. It's a great privilege to serve as U.S. Ambassador to the Hellenic Republic at this historic time in our relationship, and to have the opportunity to work with Greece's proud and multifaceted society and with diaspora groups like the American Hellenic Council. Thank you so very much. Sas ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Axios, I would like to ask our immediate past president, Dr. Minas Kafatos, to receive the award on behalf of Ambassador Pyatt, and of course, our current president, Dr. Jim Dimitriou, to bestow the award.
Again, it's my honor to give another special award to my predecessor and trendsetter, and one that I believe really represent the best of the council and to the future. Minas, on behalf of the ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now we come